Good day everyone, and welcome back to Aussie Prepping and Survival Skills. Now listen up, because today we're diving headfirst into a topic that's close to my heart. Stocking up on the freshest, most delicious Aussie produce and making it last. And better yet, with equipment you likely already have at home. That's right, we're talking about those times when the markets are overflowing with seasonal goodness, and you just want to bottle up that freshness and enjoy it all year round. Stick to the end for information on how to best preserve a vast array of food items for up to 25 years, and which foods will last indefinitely if stored correctly. Whether you're a seasoned preserver or just starting out, knowing what to buy and how to store it properly is a game changer. It's about making the most of nature's bounty, saving a few quid and reducing food waste. What's not to love? So, stick around as we explore the top fresh produce you should be grabbing right now and the clever tricks to keep them at their best for longer. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more tips on food storage and preservation. We've got loads more deliciousness coming your way. First up, we've got the humble apple, a true Aussie staple. Whether it's Granny Smith's for a tangy bite or Pink Lady's for a sweeter crunch, apples are incredibly versatile. Choose firm, unblemished apples and give them a good sniff. They should smell fresh. Store them in a cool, dark place with good ventilation to keep them crisp. A cool pantry, cellar, or crisper drawer in your fridge will do the trick. Wrap each apple in newspaper or use a perforated plastic bag to absorb moisture. Proper storage can make your apples last for months, perfect for pies, crumbles, or a healthy snack. Let's talk about carrots. Those vibrant orange wonders that add sweetness and crunch to any dish. Now is the perfect time to stock up because they store incredibly well. Look for firm, smooth carrots, free from cracks or soft spots. Use a storage method like sand or sawdust. Layer your carrots in a box with slightly damp sand or sawdust. This keeps them from drying out and prevents sprouts. Store them in a cool, dark spot like a cellar or garage. Or use perforated plastic bags in your fridge's crisper drawer. Keep them away from apples or bananas to avoid bitterness. Let's move on to another storage superstar, the mighty potato. Whether you're a fan of fluffy mashed potatoes, crispy roast potatoes, or hearty potato stews, there's a potato out there for everyone. And the good news is, potatoes are incredibly easy to store for the long haul. The key is to keep them in a cool, dark, and well-ventilated area. Avoid storing your potatoes in the fridge, as the cold temperature can actually convert the starch to sugar, affecting their flavor and texture. A cool pantry, a basement, or even a dedicated potato bin are all great options. And here's a little trick. Store your potatoes with a few apples. Apples release ethylene gas, which can help prevent your potatoes from sprouting. Just be sure to check on them regularly and remove any sprouted potatoes to prevent the spread. With proper storage, your potatoes can last for months, providing you with endless culinary possibilities. Now let's talk about leafy greens, and in particular spinach. While fresh spinach is always delicious, it doesn't have the longest shelf life. But don't worry, there's a simple solution: blanching and freezing. Start by giving your spinach a good wash and removing any tough stems. Then blanch it in boiling water for just a minute or two to help preserve its vibrant green color and nutrients. Quickly plunge the spinach into a bowl of ice water to stop the cooking process. Then squeeze out as much excess water as possible. Portion the spinach into freezer-safe bags or containers, and voila! You've got yourself a stash of ready-to-use spinach for smoothies, soups, stews, or even a quick and easy side dish. Frozen spinach can last for up to a year, ensuring you've got a dose of green goodness on hand whenever you need it. Ah, berries. Those juicy, vibrant bursts of flavor are a true taste of summer. But sadly, their season is all too short. The good news is, there are a couple of fantastic ways to capture that berryliciousness and enjoy it all year round. Freezing is a brilliant option, especially for berries you plan on using in smoothies, jams, or baking. Simply spread the berries out on a baking sheet lined with parchment paper, pop them in the freezer until they're solid, then transfer them to freezer-safe bags or containers. And of course, we can't forget about the magic of jam. Transforming your berries into homemade jam is not only a great way to preserve them, but also a wonderful way to enjoy their flavor in a completely different way. Spread it on toast, swirl it into yogurt, or use it as a filling for cakes and pastries. Now let's talk about a root vegetable that's often overlooked but deserves a place in your pantry, the beetroot. These earthy, vibrant gems are not only delicious, but also packed with nutrients. If you're lucky enough to have a root cellar or a cool, dark and humid storage space, beets can last for months. Simply twist off the greens, leaving about an inch of stem attached, and store them in a single layer in a box of slightly damp sand or sawdust. But here's another fantastic way to preserve beets pickling. Pickled beets add a tangy, vibrant punch to salads, sandwiches, and even cheese boards. Plus, they're incredibly easy to make at home. Next up, let's talk about those juicy orbs of sunshine oranges. Whether you prefer the classic navel orange, the tangy Seville orange, or the sweet and seedless cara cara, there's an orange out there for every taste. Oranges are actually surprisingly hardy and can be stored at room temperature for a week or two, especially if you keep them in a cool, well-ventilated spot. For longer storage, the fridge is your friend. Pop them in the crisper drawer, and they'll stay fresh and juicy for several weeks. And of course, we can't forget about the magic of marmalade. Transforming your oranges into a batch of homemade marmalade is not only a delicious way to preserve them, but also a fantastic way to add a touch of sunshine to your breakfast table. Chapter 8. Sweet potatoes. Curing these sweet treats for year-round enjoyment. Now let's talk about a true pantry hero, the sweet potato. These versatile tubers are not only delicious, but also incredibly nutritious and surprisingly easy to store for the long haul. The key to long-lasting sweet potatoes is curing. After you've brought your sweet potatoes home, give them a gentle scrub to remove any dirt, and let them air dry completely. Then, store them in a warm, humid environment, around 85 degrees Fahrenheit and 90% humidity, for about 10 to 14 days. This curing process helps to heal any minor cuts or bruises and develops their sweetness. Once cured, store your sweet potatoes in a cool, dark, and well-ventilated area, and they'll last for months. Think of all the delicious dishes you can make: roasted sweet potato wedges, creamy sweet potato soup, spicy sweet potato fries. The possibilities are endless. Chapter 9. Broccoli, blanch and freeze for nutritious convenience. Let's move on to another green powerhouse, broccoli. This cruciferous veggie is packed with vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, making it a fantastic addition to any diet. While fresh broccoli is always best, sometimes life gets in the way, and we need a little help from the freezer. Just like with spinach, blanching is key to preserving broccoli's vibrant green color, crisp texture, and nutritional value. Simply chop your broccoli into florets, blanch them in boiling water for a couple of minutes, then plunge them into ice water to stop the cooking process. Once cool, drain the broccoli well, pat it dry, and portion it into freezer-safe bags or containers. Frozen broccoli is a lifesaver for quick and easy stir-fries, soups, casseroles, or even a simple side dish steamed to perfection. Chapter 10. Tomatoes from garden fresh to preserved perfection. Finally, let's talk about the beloved tomato. Whether you grow your own or pick them up at the market, there are endless ways to enjoy these juicy, flavorful fruits. Yes, fruits. Canning is a classic way to preserve tomatoes, allowing you to enjoy that garden fresh flavor all year round. Transform your tomatoes into delicious sauces, salsas, or even whole canned tomatoes, perfect for adding to soups, stews, and chili. If you're short on time or simply prefer a more concentrated flavor, drying is another fantastic option. Slice your tomatoes, arrange them on a baking sheet, and pop them in a low oven or dehydrator until they're leathery and slightly chewy. Dried tomatoes add a burst of intense flavor to pasta dishes, pizzas, salads, and more. To learn the best ways to preserve your food for long-term storage, click on this linked video or check the link in the description. So there you have it, folks. 10 Aussie-produced superstars that are in season right now and are perfect for stocking up on and preserving for the months ahead. Remember, Proper storage is key to maintaining flavor, texture, and nutritional value, so be sure to follow these tips and tricks to make your fresh produce last. We've got loads of great tips and recipes to help you make the most of your fresh produce. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more great content on food storage and preservation. From simple storage solutions to delicious preservation methods, we're here to help you eat well and reduce food waste all year round. Cheers.